Forget the stats, forget the highlights. For Zach Wilson, it's about the details and his comfort level. He should not look this good this early. That's the point. He should not be rolling through progressions this seamlessly. I don't care if it's against a second team. This is the NFL. Should not look this easy. This play, the deep shot, deep chunk to the right side to Corey Davis. Is it an outstanding highlight reel play? Yes and no. Physically, no. I mean, still, it's a plus physical play, but more mentally is where it really stands out. Watch it here. There goes Croft in motion, so it's a 3-by-1. Herndon on the other side. And you'll notice this a lot about LaFleur. He loves close splits. He loves, if it's 21, he could put both receivers close. He loves that stuff. Packers are lagged, which they did a lot in the first half. Wilson reads it. Let's play it through first. It's going to be a play action, east-west, mesh point a little bit to the left hash. Wilson moves to the middle and finds Davis. Now, yeah, it's not an easy play. Could other guys do it physically? For sure, but it's about the mental makeup of the quarterback here. Play action, Croft is going to sift or flash, whatever you want to call it. Want to get a inside to mid-split zone type play action where the line is going to the right side. So this offense is really an east-west offense with trying to create a lot of illusion. DBs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3-man route, post, wheel with Davis, and it's designed to go to Herndon, but it's not there. Mesh point, not great with the mesh point. Maybe they might work on that a little bit, but right here, as you can see, Herndon, not the greatest route in the world. Doesn't get that left foot and go. Not terrible, but Wilson's on top of it. He knows he has his running back and his sifter, his flasher. And because he knows it's a 3-person route all over the first level, underneath the second level, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. He knows he has to contend with 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's all about reads. This corner, who remained on the tight end side too, which is a key. Because you got twins up here. You got a box guy going out to the slot. You got the corner remaining on this side. Base defense. So, pretty good chance it's zone. But further than that, you got to understand the DB's reads. That's what it's about in today's game. It's not so much man or zone anymore. It's more about reads. Primary read, secondary read. So, play action, drifting to the left with the mesh point just a bit. He knows this corner has Herndon, first read. This safety is also going to be matched up first read with Herndon. Trying to move the defense to the left, try to get Herndon to the right in the middle of the field. It's not there. Wilson does not try to force the issue, and it's a great job because that safety's right there. So at this point, what does he do? He knows the protection's fine. They didn't blitz. 4-man rush. He is more than safe. The composure to actually not panic at this point and take it back inside is what's really excellent, what really stands out, because you really have to have composure here. You really have to have poise. You really have to have the understanding that it's only a 3-man route. It's max protect. You're not going to get gobbled up on the inside as long as you see what's happening in the interior. Wilson sees that. Doesn't go for Herndon. There was a chance he could have tried to fit it in low here, especially with the head swivel to the left with this linebacker. But good job not forcing it in. Takes his time. Navigates to the middle. And up top, here's where he knows he has Davis. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Outside corner, on the outside number 1 receiver who does a post, slot wheel behind it. So as long as this box player doesn't trail and doesn't get in the mix, he's going to have Davis as long as these two aren't clean with their 1 and 2 reads, which doesn't happen. And Wilson doesn't have Herndon, drifts to the middle, now starts looking downfield. And downfield, the 2 DBs, corner and safety, do not do the job in terms of 1 and 2 reads. So credit LaFleur as well. We know it's supposed to be to Herndon. We know it's supposed to be designed quick. But on the other side of the field, he allows a mobile quarterback to perhaps make something out of nothing with the post over the middle or with the wheel behind it. That could really severely beat a zone, or a corner or safety who are not doing their job. And that's what happens here. Primary, secondary reads get messed up, and Wilson takes advantage. Great play. It's interesting with Wilson. It's not always about highlight reel plays and outstanding physical traits and, all that stuff that makes SportsCenter. Sometimes it's about the nuanced little details that are tough to see, such as this play. Let's roll it through. He rolls through his progressions, eventually finds the fullback, Wesco, leaking out to the right side. And let's play it once. Doesn't look like anything special. Play action. Nice placement. Leads him. It's a beautiful play. Beautiful throw by the quarterback. Wesco does the job finishing it. Doesn't look anything tremendous, right? But it is. Quarterbacks at this level, the time that you save when checking down, when moving through progressions and dumping down, or going hot, is so critical and so understated and so underrated. Tom Brady does it perfectly. The difference in a couple inches in placement, the difference in a couple of milliseconds with time is huge. And Wilson, even though he's a rookie, seemingly already has this down pat. First of all, good play action. Good job by the O-line. Look at the O-line selling the run. That's an excellent job. Look at the second level of the Packers D. They bite. They should bite. It's 1st and 10. So it's a great play call on top of it. Here's that split, the close split like I discussed in the previous rep with LaFleur. He loves it. He'll continue doing it. Also loves 21 personnel, loves base, loves 12. They're going to keep doing that too. Play action. I wish we had the tight camera view, all 22, but we don't. So can't really comment on the play action. Wesco, watch him through the hole. Boom, makes contact. Defender does a pretty good job too. Inside shoulder. Not a bad job by the defender. But watch Wilson now. Look at his shoulders. Watch his shoulders. Downfield. We don't know what's downfield, but downfield, shoulder square. Shoulder square, shoulder square, shoulder square. Defense doesn't know where he's going. Doesn't know. At the last moment, shoulders line up with Wesco on the outcut from the backfield, and he delivers it perfectly. The key in not letting the defense know, and it's also that little jump pass, he doesn't really drive off his back leg, which he often does. It's the only concern when you're nitpicking about Wilson, that his elbow could take the brunt of abuse, that sometimes his lower half and upper half aren't connected. But listen, I'm nitpicking. Goes with the jump here, the little jump instead of the drive, puts touch on it, looks exactly like Aaron Rodgers in a lot of ways. But the takeaway here is not giving away the third man in the progression on the play action until the last moment. And this is slow right now. This is slow motion, so it doesn't do it justice. But we'll watch it one more time. And he just doesn't give it away until he absolutely has to. And watch this as he moves forward in his career. Look, downfield, last moment, boom. Doesn't waste any time. It is a crucial part of playing quarterback in today's NFL. And here against the Packers, so far this preseason, he's been getting it done beautifully. And Wesco's a weapon out of the backfield. Here it is from the back end. Nice delivery, excellent placement. Could have been a little lower, but again, nitpicking, stiff arm, get out of my face, Wesco says. The two physical traits Zach Wilson had in college that were just obvious were his absurd quick release, which puts quarterbacks in the NFL ahead of the eight ball. You can just do everything quicker. Every millisecond counts. And the other thing is these velocity variety. Touch. Doesn't have to be an Aroldis Chapman every time. He doesn't have one type, two type, three types. He has multiple types of throws with velocity. Here, his first touchdown is a jet, preseason. Tyler Kroft showcases that touch. Pocket, calm, look at that touch on that throw. Perfect. to fit into the, as Mike Francesa would call it, window, over the second level, underneath the third level, with just perfect location, and you gotta love what you see here. Second and 12, empty, LaFleur goes, which he hasn't done much empty. 3-by-2, ball's in the middle of the field. Let's see what the route is. No max protect, 5-man protection, 5-man route. Green Bay lines up, lagged as they were pretty much all first half. As you noticed in the second drive, the Jets started doing some quick stuff. A big theme is take what the defense gives you, which is offense in any sport, folks. But sometimes coaches can get away from basics. And Green Bay was lagging. Look at that off coverage. So in the second drive, like I mentioned, smoke to Corey Davis, a slot screen to Jeff Smith. It to creep up a little bit, but this was the trend. The routes here. Okay, so Jeff Smith slot in, Crowder slot out. Can't really see downfield. I guess 2 verticals on the outside, clearing the way. So 3 verticals with Croft in the middle, seam. Watch Croft right here. Defense is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 4 on the line. They're a little confused. Safety darts to the single high. So, you know, it's pretty much a cover 1 with 2 free. So 1 across the board, 1, 1, 1, 1. Here's the 2 free linebackers. They're playing a hook, and then you got the single high. So the fact that Wilson hit Croft against this defense is even more encouraging. He could have opted for a one-on-one with Davis or the other outside receiver who's that at the bottom, because the running back was it Ty Johnson who motioned out there. So he could have opted for either. Easily went for Davis, but the lag is tough. The lag is tough to beat. So not being able to see Wilson's eyes, which is critical, but not being able to see it, the fact that he fits this ball into Croft, understands Croft does a good job at the start here. Nice route, nice and clean. Left plant. Gets through, doesn't have to swim, do much. Just gets his hands over. And the fact that he could allow Croft to make that move and place the ball where he's out of danger against the single high is a great thing for Wilson moving forward. You have single coverage across the board. Croft is technically not the only one of the 5 who's not manned up. He just has to contend with the 2 hooks, the 2 hook zones and the single high. So Wilson opting for that and finding enough space is an excellent thing. Great protection, which has been a theme. Becton was good. I know it's the second team, but still. Wilson starts right, it looks like. Is he looking at Jeff Smith? Most likely. Got that hook zone right there. Wilson understands leverage, which you're going to see in this play. So you can't go without that in cut because, you know, it's not 1 versus 1. You have that hook zone to contend with. That's taken away. Perhaps if he shifted quick enough to Crowder up top, he would have opted for Crowder. Davis on the fade is tough considering the lag, but Wilson, Jeff Smith, done. Turns his attention left really quick. Now watch Wilson. Looks right, done. Left, Crowder, too late. Slot already broke. Don't want that. Is he looking for Davis or Crowder here? I'm not sure. Probably Davis as you start deeper first. But nonetheless, a good quarterback will be able to see both when he turns left. Doesn't see it. Comes back to the middle a little bit. Sees Croft and doesn't hesitate. See, by moving left and then going to Croft, if you hesitate at all at this point, you're doomed. It's a throwaway. It's a throwaway or a pick. But because he doesn't hesitate, and as soon as he sees Croft right here, he loads up, this is the reactionary time. The moment you load up, this is when you decide in a split second the reactionary time to where to place the ball. And this is what you have to be when you're a good quarterback. You can't overthink things. Previous Jets quarterbacks, they were overthinkers. Other bust quarterbacks are overthinkers. You can't be a Steph Curry and be an assassin from the three-point line and overthink every shot. You just have to play. You have to let your preparation be your reactionary guide. And that's what Wilson is. Right, left, Croft, boom, loads up. And at this point, it's just about leading him to the right spot, back shoulder, away from the single high safety. And again, it's an A-plus play. It's an A-plus play with the velocity, A-plus play with the placement, with the progression, the instincts. There was no pressure, so you can't really grade him in terms of composure, poise. Well, I mean, going through progression is tough. Here it is, Wilson, right, left, back to the middle of the Croft. He went to 3. He went to 3 in a small period of time. 4-man rush, single high, darts to the single high spot, man across the board. We'll call it 2 hook zones. Croft uses number 44's momentum against him. And getting through clean here is the key too. If he doesn't get through clean here before 5, it's a problem. Jeff Smith taken away on the zone. Wilson turns left. Is he looking at Davis? Most likely. He also sees Crowder probably. You gotta see the area. Looking left, and then he knows he has Croft. Open stance, that's fine. He can throw from all platforms and lets his reactionary nature allow him to lead Croft to the back shoulder. Over here, instead of over here into danger where the safety would be. You can't, there aren't words to describe how impressive this is for a rookie quarterback. I mean, because you get your hook here, single high. A lot of guys would force it in here low. He doesn't. He goes velocity. A lot of guys would go velocity hard, low in the middle. He doesn't. He takes it off, goes touch, back shoulder, leads Croft away from the safety. And that's as good as it gets in terms of a rookie quarterback and what coaches want to see. Forget the stats. Like we said at the top, forget the stats, forget the highlights. This is the stuff, the details that really matter for Zach Wilson.